tonight. The big political debate, Sonia Gandhi versus the Sangh Parivar. In Parliament today, Sonia Gandhi questioned the role of the RSS in the Quit India movement and in India's independence struggle, suggesting that the political ancestors of the BJP were actually on the side of the British. The RSS is furious with this insinuation, saying because history has been written by left-leaning, Congress-funded academicians, their charge is these academicians, historians have deliberately undermined the role of the RSS. Where does the truth lie? Rakesh Sinha of the RSS will be squaring off against Sanjay of the Congress party. But before that, let me bring you what happened in Parliament today.
The Quit India movement, Mahatma Gandhi's call for an iconic struggle and ultimately freedom from the British. 75 years later, India is witnessing a different kind of fight. A contest to appropriate the legacy of India's freedom fighters. Opening another front on social media, the Congress took a jibe at RSS ideologue Veer Savarkar. Sonia's statements elicited a sharp response from the Sangh Parivar, even as the rest of the opposition backed her.
तो वो इटली चली जाए, वहाँ पर उजाला है, वहाँ दिखाई देगा.
The Quit India movement triggered the collapse of the British Empire. It led to the ultimate birth of a new India. But sadly, 7 decades later, instead of focusing on India's future, our political parties are fighting over the past. With Supriya Bharadwaj in New Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
So who's right, Sonia Gandhi or the Sangh Parivar? Is the Congress trying to undermine the role of the Sangh in the freedom struggle, or did the Sangh have actually no role to play? And now, marking the 75th anniversary of Quit India, are they trying to appropriate and claim credit for what they never did? Joining us on the Newsroom showdown tonight, Rakesh Sinha, Sanjay. Rakesh Sinha, I come to you first because this is one of your pet subjects. You've also written a book on this. The question really tonight in the eyes of the Indian people is this. As far as most viewers are concerned, it's the Congress party that got us freedom. The RSS had either a peripheral role or virtually no role. Even if you don't accept what Sonia is saying, that the RSS was on the side of the British, most people would not suggest that the RSS was pivotal in India getting freedom. The RSS had a peripheral role, they'd say, whereas it was Congress that actually got India freedom. Whereas it seems the RSS is now trying to paint a new narrative which changes that long-standing history. Rakesh Sinha.
Before coming to the role of RSS, I have a word on Sonia Gandhi's observation today in Parliament. Her sense of history is very poor, and there is a reason for that. She has borrowed her wisdom from the historians who were patronized by Nehru-Gandhi family. For them, the India's history begins with Gandhi-Nehru's glorification and ends with the glorification of Nehru-Gandhi dynasty. But apart from that, you know, Rahul, there was a distinct feature of India's freedom movement. It was, unlike other freedom movements of the world, it has two important features. One, it was fighting against the imperialistic forces, that was British. Other important feature was that it was uncompromising as far as fascism and Nazism was concerned. That's why Congress differed with Subhash Chandra Bose. You know, that's why my question to Sonia Gandhi, it is not because she was born in Italy, it is not because she was an Italian. She is very much Indian. I accept her Indian. I owe her that she is very much integrated with the Indian society. But my question is, due to the India's freedom movement, had her family contributed to deconstruct, to weaken the fascist under Mussolini, or had her family strengthened by joining the army? I am not making allegation. I am just extending the debate further and adding a new dimension to India's freedom movement. As far as RSS is concerned, I have two quick points to make. You know, RSS has created one narrative that despite our differences with the Congress or any other party, there should not be two banners, two platforms, because having two banners, two platforms and two leaderships weakens the anti-imperialist struggle. That's why Dr. Hedgewar in 1930 stepped down from the Sarsang Chalak position, led the group of 800 RSS Swayamsevaks got arrested, and was awarded 1 year's rigorous imprisonment. As for 1942 is concerned, that is very important thing, because Britishers wanted to recruit the volunteers from different organizations for their army, civic guards, and ARP, air raid police. And RSS was one of the organizations which has trained workers. But here, RSS differed with the Mahasabha. While Mahasabha participated as a recruiting agent, it included V.D. Savarkar, it included Mujhe, but RSS differed. And RSS fundamentally differed. That's why in 1940, the Britishers brought an ordinance which banned the drills and sakhas. In 1945, they raided the camp.
One
there
at
was
a
another
time.
ordinance.
I think you've set the stage for this debate.
Of the workers
The central notion in the RSS argument, Sanjay Jha, is that because contemporary history was written by left-leaning academicians far closer to the Congress than the Sangh, therefore, whatever role the RSS or its workers may have had was never given any pride of place. And if there is an attempt being made, it is an attempt to calibrate that and undo that wrong of history. Sanjay Jha.
Rahul, let me tell you, despite a long winding mumbo jumbo, the RSS spokesperson Sinha ji could not answer your question, because the truth is, and I will say it very categorically and very emphatically, that the RSS had no role in the Quit India movement, and in fact in our entire freedom struggle. And now I will skip the rhetoric and come to some fundamental points, Rahul. I'm also a student of political history like my counterpart on the other side. The truth is, let's talk about the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, who not too long ago called Vinayak Damodar Savarkar as a true patriot. The true patriot, this is what Prime Minister Modi called Vinayak Savarkar. He is the man who officially boycotted the Quit India movement. In fact, both the Hindu Mahasabha and the RSS were essentially pro-British, collaborated with them, because for them, Indian nationalism did not mean a very heterogeneous mix. For them, it was Hindu nationalism. Therefore, for so many years, till early 2000, the RSS did not even respect India's tricolors. That's a reality. The second point, the reason why Mr. Sinha cannot answer your question, and why I think the Congress president brilliantly articulated it today in Parliament, and congratulations to my Congress president Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji for this, that end of day, you'll remember what Sardar Patel said. Sardar Patel said when he banned the RSS, it was inconsequential who pulled the trigger on Mahatma Gandhi. The environment of hate that was created by the RSS was a reality that led ultimately to the assassination of the father of the nation.
Let's take it one by one.
Mr. Sinha will not be able to tell you the single name of a leader who actually went to jail, from the RSS, because nobody went.
Okay,
in fact, in recent memory, most of the leaders have gone to jail for fake encounters, while Congress leaders went to jail for freedom struggle.
Okay, let's take it one by one. One of the things being cited by the Congress is that on the 26th of July 1942, Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, one of the leading lights of the RSS, wrote a letter. I will now quote from that letter. Let me now refer to the situation that may be created in the province as a result of any widespread movement launched by the Congress. Anybody who during the war plans to stir up mass feelings resulting in internal disturbances or insecurity must be resisted by any government, which is the British government of that time, that may function for the time being. Now, this is being cited by left-leaning historians to suggest that Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, one of your leading lights, was actually on the side of the British supporting their clampdown against India's freedom forces. Dr. Rakesh Sinha.
Absolutely.
Rahul, we all know the difference between the post-Indian politics, post-independent politics and pre-independent politics. The Congress of pre-independent was a platform against anti-imperialist movement in which all the section of people participated, and Congress in post-independent in India was a political party. So the Hindu Mahasabha and RSS, we have had ideological commonality with Hindu Mahasabha, but RSS and Hindu Mahasabha were two distinct organizations, well-defined structure of leadership in the RSS. None other than Dr. Hedgewar was the RSS chief. None other than Golwalkar was RSS chief. It was not B.D. Savarkar who was calling the shot in the RSS. It was not Dr. Syama Prasad who was calling shot in the RSS. That is the fallacy of the Indian history of the Marxist history. They interpreted history in the context of the present. So it suits them to portray RSS as a tail of the Hindu Mahasabha. And Rahul, I am ending with my observation here. You know, whatever the allegations are being levelled against RSS in 2017, these allegations were discussed, you will be surprised, in the Central Provincial Legislative Council on 6th and 7th March 1934. Post-1930 movement, civil disobedience movement, RSS participation led Britishers to report that RSS is a political organization, but they banned RSS on the ground that it is a communal organization. You know who defended RSS the most? These are all available in the archive. In Sanjay Jha's observation, there are everything except the history. Yeah, M.S. Rahman was a popular Muslim leader who stood and asked the Britishers.
Yeah, really?
Had any Muslim organization complained against RSS? He called RSS.
Sanjay Jha wants to come in and respond.
All the 40
Sanjay
members participated. They supported the RSS. This is the story. These are last line. These exclusion of the vernacular press, exclusion of the ground history,
Rahul,
is the reason that we have the history which is not a
I think the principal point, Sanjay, that Rakesh Sinha is trying to make is this, that the Hindu Mahasabha was then and now a fringe affiliate of the RSS. It's not the RSS. You can't look at what somebody in the Hindu Mahasabha is saying and make it seem as if that was the predominant view of the RSS. Then and now, the two are different. Sanjay Jha.
Rahul, let me tell you, it's so convenient for the RSS today to try and distance themselves from the Hindu Mahasabha. But let me explode the big lie said by Sinha ji. Hindutva, Rahul, was used by Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. Hindutva is the term adopted by the RSS and BJP today. There is no distance. They are the same. They have been inspired by Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, whom Prime Minister Modi ji bent his head and said, I pay homage to this true patriot. Point number two, yes. Sardar Patel, whom they are appropriating because they have no leaders in the freedom struggle. You see, I understand, I empathize with the frustrations and the agony and the complete disastrous experiences they go through. They have no hero of the freedom struggle. So they try to appropriate Sardar Patel, and Mr. Modi is trying to make a big statue. What did Sardar Patel write to Syama Prasad Mukherjee? Sinha ji, aapko yaad hoga, you know what he wrote, Rahul? He wrote to Syama Prasad Mukherjee that the RSS is a danger and a threat to both the government and the state. These are the words of Sardar Patel on the RSS, whom today Mr. Modi says, because he has to attack Pandit Nehru and the Congress party, they are trying to make him appear as if he was against the Congress itself. So end of day, the truth of the matter is, anybody who studied history will tell you that Hindu Mahasabha in their gatherings used to say, Gandhi ji Murdabad, Gandhi ji Murdabad. It is a fact. It's a reality. Nobody can deny that. So the RSS needs to right now acknowledge that when the truth comes out in the public domain, you are trying to rewrite history, Sinha ji. You are trying to now tell us that the Taj Mahal does not exist, that maybe some modern builder group has made India's monuments. Good luck to you. You are trying to influence India's impressionable minds.
One of the other things which is important and which is being cited often is that Veer Savarkar, when he was in prison, was actually writing mercy petitions. He wrote one in 1911, then he wrote a second one in 1913. He makes complaints about how other convicts from his party are receiving better treatment than him. He very clearly wants to cut a deal with the British. I can read out to you exactly what he says. He says, I had to pass a full 6 months in solitary confinement. The other convicts had not. My conduct during that time was exceptionally good. Still, at the end of these 6 months, I was not sent out of the jail, though other convicts who came with me were. He says, I have 50 years staring me in the face. How can I pull up the moral energy enough to pass them in close confinement when even those concessions which the vilest of convicts can claim to smoothen their life are denied to me? Questions being asked about why Veer Savarkar, one of the heroes of the Hindutva movement, was actually trying to cut a deal with the British in custody, whereas the Congress leaders, they say, withstood that. Rakesh Sinha.
Look, we can have a different discussion on Veer Savarkar, and he was a patriot. He inspires the posterity for his sacrifices. These are the out of context quoted later, and I am quoting those Marxist historians who have quoted this later, 7 members of CPM, top leaders of CPM after the split in the Communist Party of India, had a press conference in Delhi. They had archival document with them in which they proved that Sripad Amrit Dange, one of the founders of the Communist Party, was the British agent, British mole. Do you know, Rahul? There was a correspondence between Gandhi and PC Joshi, CPI General Secretary, in which it unravels that Communist Party were completely sold out to the Britishers. And Sonia Gandhi every second day had dinner or lunch with Sitaram Yechuri. If she is declaiming someone, she should declaim Indian communists. She should ask Indian communists to apologize for their pro-Britishers rule. But she should have alliance with the communists. She is abusing RSS. Here it is just one point, that role of the RSS. And I am ending with one observation. In Asti Chimur, it is in Maharashtra, the RSS workers who led the procession for a tricolor at the top of the police station, there was 6 RSS people were killed. Okay. Many of them were executed, the death penalty, and many of them in the life imprisonment. There are several.
Rahul, one quick point, please.
In 1940, the Britishers had ordinance to ban the Sakha. In 1945, they had ordinance to ban the camp.
Okay, I'm out of time. Sanjay wants to come in, make one final comment. 20 seconds, Sanjay.
The history. Don't debate the contemporary with and mix the contemporary with the history.
Sinha ji, kindly give me 30 seconds, please. Rahul, only one point. RSS is doing today and the BJP are doing today what they did prior to our independence. Talk of hyper-nationalism, but that is nothing but basically a camouflage to push the Hindutva communal project in India. This is the hard reality that we need to confront.
You've both had your say.
Is the unofficial
part of the newsroom tonight. I bring you the big India Today impact story, a story taken up first by India Today, which saw VVIP pervert initially get away. Now, because of a relentless India Today campaign, VVIP Vikas Barala has been arrested. The government promises to come down on him and let the full force of the law apply.
Around 2 p.m. on Wednesday, the Sector 26 police station in Chandigarh looked like it was preparing for a VVIP visit. Cops formed a human chain in anticipation, keeping the media away.
Media person,
As soon as the car drove up, someone whipped out an umbrella. The figure exited and was bundled into the safety of the police station. Yes, it was a VVIP visit, or rather a VVIP surrender by a Neta's brat son, Vikas Barala. But this was not till the screws were turned on Vikas. The police sending him a notice to join probe, which the brat even refused to accept, forcing the police to paste it outside his house. Within hours, his Neta daddy and the state BJP spokesperson convened a press conference, trying their hand at political whataboutery, and then asserting there was no involvement of the BJP in the case.
असंतुष्ट वो लोग हैं जो वर्णिका कुंडू के शब्दों का सम्मान नहीं करना चाहते, जो इसको अपना एक राजनीतिक हथियार बनाना चाहते हैं, जो उस बच्ची के साथ जो भी हुआ है वो अपना कोर्ट में पक्ष रखेगी, जिनके प्रति शिकायत है वो अपना कोर्ट में पक्ष रखेंगे, परंतु वास्तव में अगर वर्णिका कुंडू की भावनाओं के साथ कोई खिलवाड़ कर रहा है तो वो कांग्रेस कर रही है और आईएनएलडी कर रही है।
ना ही हमने किसी भी तरह की इस मामले में राजनीति की है, ना ही जांच को भटकाने का कोई प्रयास किया है। जो भी पुलिस इसमें जांच के अंदर जिस प्रकार के भी आरोप उसके ऊपर लगेंगे, उस आरोप के ऊपर कार्रवाई हो, कानून उसके ऊपर डट करके कार्रवाई करे। और मैं नहीं समझता।
Even the press meet, not without its share of drama, with Barala apparently getting a call from his underground son midway.
एक मिनट प्लीज, विकास का फोन है। हेलो हेलो हेलो, एक बार हेलो हेलो हेलो।
The arrest may have happened belatedly, but does the assertion of a free probe hold water for a family that finds its faith in the system doddering?
The system is designed to work. If it fails to work, it is the people responsible who are manning the system, those places in the system. If some people have failed, it's the responsibility of the supervisors to actually come in and make sure that the system doesn't fail because of that. If that doesn't happen, that will absolutely shake my.
अगर इस केस में मेरे खुद के बेटे का जिस प्रकार से नाम आया है और वो तफ्तीश में शामिल है, अगर कहीं कोई पुलिस की जांच या उस बेटी के बयान के आधार पर कोई कार्रवाई होती है तो कानून उसके ऊपर डट करके कार्रवाई करे.
Their cynicism is understandable. The BJP claims no political interference took place. But Varnika's father narrates how a party leader he knew tried to broker peace and even was the one to bail out Vikas. An attack, evasion, a chase and a political fight, finally culminating in what should have happened 3 days ago. The arrest of a man who thought his famous last name gave him blanket immunity. But is this enough? With Preeti Chaudhary and Manjeet Sehgal in Chandigarh, Bureau Report, India Today.